What is history? History is not a series of facts and dates. It's not what happened, but a story of what happened. There will always be different versions of history, using different stories about the same events. Like any story, the different versions that are told contain different lessons. Some of them tell us that our wise and noble leaders have always tried to do what is best for everyone. Some histories tell us that kings act to secure their own power and prosperity while the peasants bear the cost. Others may tell us that the world as we know it is what has always been and is all that will ever be. And some teach us that all glory eventually fades. All wealth turns to dust. Some histories tell a story that events are moved only by great men plotting upon thrones. And others say that things only ever change when the people on the bottom exercise their superior numbers to unite and demand change. History is the story of who we are and how we got here. And the version of that story that is taught forms our view of not only those things, but what is possible for the future. There are an infinite number of facts, events, and people that can be chosen when constructing this story. The choices that are made when doing so can never be neutral or objective, and those who do the choosing ultimately serve their own interests, whether that be to uphold the status quo or to forge a new world. And that is why we study history, not only to learn from the past, but to interrogate the present and chart the future. These stories about what happened and who we are not confined to history textbooks and classrooms. We live in a time when people are bombarded with propaganda as never before, with stories about whom they should trust, what they should buy, what they should aspire to, what to think about, what their problems are, and what they should do about them. To study history is to examine the stories we are told, who is telling them and why, what alternate viewpoints exist, and how events and people and movements and ideas are interconnected. In history classrooms, we forge the bullshit detectors that students will need to navigate the propaganda and the stories they've already been subjected to every day. We find empathy for people in the past and realize their problems weren't so different from our own. And through their struggles, victories, and defeats, learn about the nature of power, how it is built, and how it is wielded. We find heroes in that struggle and draw inspiration for how we might shape our own world. Because history is a tool we use to shape our understanding of the world. And in the right hands, with the right technique, any tool can become a weapon.